The following content are the expressed thoughts, views, ideas, and opinions of the individuals and guests of the Nerds Have Spoken podcast. This podcast may contain adult language and themes not suitable for children under the age of 17. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. Please stand by while we wait for the cast of the Nerds Have Spoken. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
And that reminds me, I haven't drained my Courtney yet.
Whoa.
What?
Better drain the Courtney while you
I
still
gotta drain the Courtney.
Drain the...
I mean, we're learning new things about people every day. So, I mean, like...
There's two kind of drainage. If you got to pee it, go ahead. But if you got to crank it.
So I hit record already, by the way.
Oh, no.
I can cut it out. Don't worry about it. I cut it out when Wolf just started cracking up. So.
Heck of a way to go in, huh?
Last week you learned all about technical support. Now we're learning about draining our Courtneys, whatever that means. You never know what you're going to get on this show.
Yeah, no shit.
Dude, if you watch the show, this is ammunition. This is ammunition for
Yeah, it is, right?
At least a
So
good one.
how's my audio coming through? Am I coming through pretty good?
I hear you.
Not going
great.
crazy, like
Hear
nothing
you.
crazy right now? All right.
I'm the only one with the old kind of microphone.
Holy shit, that come with like a compact computer? Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, man. It's this so
remember those old
old.
HP compact computers from back in the day?
I need to get
Like
me one
everybody had one from college or some shit. Like,
of them. This is that kind. I need to get one of them Yetis or whatever, whatever. Is it Snowball
hey,
or
Ralphie,
something?
do you have light anywhere near you?
Light.
Yeah, like,
I can make something happen.
yeah, because right now it just looks like you're Jesus. It's like it's all glowing behind you, but your face is dark.
All
What if
right.
he is?
All right. I will.
No,
There
yeah,
he is.
yeah.
There he is. Look at that cool head. A cool head like that.
Maybe someone's hacking, looking at porn or something.
Maybe. I was looking at Courtney's a minute ago, so.
Yikes.
Sounds like a big deal, huh?
I wish my dome didn't grow so big to outgrow the Courtney hats that I had.
Mm.
It would have been appropriate to wear it today too, so people would get it.
Sounds like a Courtney conundrum, huh?
Wolfie needs
Wolf's
therapy.
like, what the fuck?
Oh,
Wolf's like, you're such a bunch of Courtneys.
I got
you guys.
no. It's so hot for real that I'm on a fan sandwich. I got one fan in front of me, and the little fan, and then a big fan. Just because it's so hot.
Wow, it's that SoCal, man. It's that SoCal.
Yo, it's been hot as shit out here, too.
Yeah.
And they're probably not like you guys have more dry heat than we do, though. Ours is like humid as shit.
Yeah, this
Got
is
that
us.
forest.
We got swamp titty weather out here.
Yeah, yeah.
For real. Like, you
Swamp
start a
ass.
good run. You get the swamp ass, and next thing you know, you just take a
Now,
good slip
most
and
of the
slide
people
about a
that
good
I-
block and a half.
Most of the people I saw over this weekend, like they were just walking and getting swamp ass. It was pretty bad.
Dude, you could wave hi to somebody and like freaking sweat a pound and a half.
Mm.
It's awful.
All right. So we'll kind of get into it. Fuck it. We're at 5 minutes. So, oh, Wolf just walked away. He's like, fuck this, I'm out.
Of course, he has to
Fuck
drain
you.
the Courtney at the exact moment. Too.
Yeah.
Courtney Christ.
Courtney Christ. Dude, it was funny. I didn't see your message until I didn't see your message till a second ago, and I was like, all right, fuck it, let's get into it. And he walked away, and I was like, God damn, maybe he's like, fuck it, I'm not staying.
No, I gotta check on small animals.
All right, fuck it. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Jason Lowry on the Nerds Have Spoken. Here with my partners of crime this week. I got some Wolfenstein, I got some Anthony Masters, and I got some Courtney's Vendetta. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Wonderful.
Real good.
So why don't we go around? So let's go to, oh my God, Courtney-eyed. You should change yours to Courtney-eyed Joe or something like that.
Now, Joe, I've been married a long time ago.
Oh
Oh my God. So all right, I'll have to get this in how my week was here in a second, but more important, Vendetta. How was your week?
My week was adventurous, to say the least. Friday night, anybody who lives in Wolfie's not too far away from me. The temperatures here have been in that 100-degree range with the humidity. It's Friday night. My AC, my central air crapped out, and yeah, dude.
Time for it.
Yeah, the central air crapped out. And of course, I've got these double pane storm windows that open sideways. So it's not like I can go outside and get one of those internal units and then just route it through the window. So Saturday night was brutal. Friday night, it was, you got toddlers. My son has a asthma and all kinds of stuff like it was just a disaster. It was a disaster of epic proportions. But I got creative. We ran to Home Depot. We bought one of those interior units, and I made this like it was some straight trailer park, just hodgepodge of like masking tape and cardboard. It was a masterpiece, dude. It looked like the Partridge Family van.
See that?
And I set this thing up, and I just set up right outside the bathroom window, and I put the AC unit right in the doorway, and we had one room, man. We had one room that was just awesome, and then the rest of the house was a sauna.
So you're like, I could take a shit comfortably, but everybody was sweating their asses off.
Exactly.
That's elite,
Dude,
man. That is
so
elite.
when you installed it, did you fuck up and accidentally put it backwards and couldn't figure out why you weren't getting cold in the room? Or what?
Like 3 times. Like 3 times, and you know it's bad when your wife walks into the room and she does one of these. Hey, hon.
Oh shit!
And then just walk like that. That's what was happening. That what was happening.
You had like the crackhead on the corner out there, like fucking all cold and shit. And you were like,
there was cardboard and tape and nails and like old tools and stuff just thrown. I was gonna make it work somehow, and we did. We got it working. We had one room in the house. Everybody slept together, but I don't know if any of you have small children, but I had a baby foot in my mouth when I woke up at 6 a.m. on Saturday.
Yo.
Could be worse.
I guess it could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse. We could have had no kind of AC at all. And
for some reason, I'm picturing like the whole family all like huddled together in one room, like butt ass naked, everybody wearing nothing but diapers. Just
trying to get
we were at like I'll say about 1 or 2 in the morning. I'm just sitting there like pushing my daughter's elbow off of my face, and like my wife sitting there like, just get off, like we were all just like sleeping on top of each other. It was
were you all like sleeping in a tub or something? What the hell?
No, we were sleeping on my bed.
Oh.
We were sleeping on my bed.
I thought you actually said it was in your bathroom, and I'm like, damn,
well,
what y'all sleep in
my bedroom, my bedroom has a separate bathroom. It has a separate master bath.
Oh, okay,
so
yeah.
There's this, I made this ductwork coming off of the AC unit, and I threw it outside the window so that all the hot air winds up outside. So the only place that I had enough room for the ductwork was in the bathroom doorway into the bedroom. So I set it all up there. Like it was like a maybe 3-foot door, and the whole thing was just sitting there in the middle of everything. I was like, as long as you guys don't need to take a pee, we're good.
Dude, that's why you got a 5-gallon bucket from Home Depot in that
come on.
Or that's why I pictured everybody wearing diapers. Like they just don't have to pee, just go in a diaper and just throw it out the window or something.
Jason definitely has a ghetto pass.
Jason got stories I'm not sure I want to hear.
Oh, dude, I'll have to tell you about some of the shit we were talking this weekend. So. Wolf, how was your week? Or was that the rest of your weekend, dude? Courtney?
Yeah, pretty much. It was pretty good. I got a pretty decent sized haul in. But that was pretty much it. It was a pretty good week. Pretty good week.
Nice, dude. Wolf, how was your week?
I mean, I didn't have to crap in a bucket, so I guess it was pretty good. I mean, our AC actually broke last week, but ours was fixable though. We just, it was like a little capacitor that was changed out, and then some dude did a tutorial on YouTube. My wife changed it out, so we were fortunate that we could fix ours really quickly. But other than that, my week was fine. Like I got no stories. I'm hot. I'm tired of the shitty weather. Fuck this. Fuck summer. I hate this shit.
Oh damn.
I'm too fat to live in this weather.
So Courtney Joe, how was your week?
Well, on a personal level, I'm awesome. I was able to get work done. Things were cool. I've come to terms with the Clippers getting bounced out last week, so I'm better now. I'm just looking forward to the Chargers disappointing me this football season, and the Padres in the right now ready to break my heart. But they're doing good. But I'm so used to heartbreak. I'm bracing for that too, right? But on a collector level, and just on a geek level, this was a tough week for me. Anybody who's ever really known me knows that the Taskmaster was my guy. No, this dude was not.
I know it's coming. It's coming.
I haven't seen it yet. So don't kill it.
I'm not ruining it. I'm just letting you all know that the Taskmaster was my guy. Like ever since I was a kid who read those Marvel Universe comic books back in the day, because it was like an encyclopedia of what was what, and I flipped through like a whole bunch of them, and the Taskmaster was the one that I gravitated towards the most because he looked a lot like Skeletor. You got that Skeletor mask cowl. Yeah, the Captain America like shield, Hawkeye's bow, and Swordsman sort of like, oh man, this guy's pretty dope. And Punisher's Colt, and I think Daredevil's Billy Club even too. He had an array of, because he knew how to fight like all of those dudes because he watched them. And I was like, when I read all of that stuff as a kid, I was like, man, this guy's a pretty awesome bad guy in my opinion. And he has his getup is really cool. I like his white cape, blue, uniform, getup. And this is me as like a 9-10-year-old kid flipping through this stuff, just going, man, yeah. When I get old enough to find the comic books that this guy's in, I'm getting them all. I didn't get every single comic out of you because there's just too many.
Quite a bit.
But I did pick up every single issues that his own all the miniseries that he was in. Even when that crazy manga one that his costume totally changed and became homeboys with Deadpool and shit. But man, after the way they did this cat in that movie, I felt like I was just crushed, dude, because that was my guy, and I feel like they just treated him like nothing. He had so much potential to do so, for stuff, and it was just one of those things that I couldn't take the way they did this dude. And I'm not gonna say how they did or whatever they did, but either way, it was so bad that I decided I was just never gonna support anything that until they fix this. If they fix it, there's still hope for me to come back to supporting all of this stuff. But if they don't, I'm out of anything that they do.
Wow, that's big. Mm-hmm. That's big.
Jason, I know you saw, without giving things away, do you agree with him, or are you indifferent, or how do you feel?
I don't expect anybody to feel the way I do about Taskmaster, because who the fuck's the Taskmaster in the long run of things?
Well, I gave the movie overall a 6.5.
Ooh, that's pretty low. I've never seen you. I was giving a low.
I saw it lower. I've seen lower for that one.
Well, for me, yeah, but that's low for me though. So, I mean, usually it's like 8, 9. Like, I definitely give it overall, it wasn't a bad film. Okay, it had some pretty good things in it. It had some things I disliked in it. I didn't like the way Taskmaster was handled. So, towards the end. And the way I did and the way I didn't, like leading up to it, I felt fuck. How was my mouse have 0 battery? Sorry. All of a sudden I got this like flashing shit across my screen. But anyway, so yeah, the story wasn't bad how it tied into Black Widow and everything else. It was more of, you kind of figured it early on who Taskmaster was, and that's all I'm gonna say. Like I didn't.
All right, perhaps next week we'll get into a little bit more.
Oh, we'll definitely get into a little bit more because I know Yule wants to talk about it.
Yule, fast question: if you can answer it without
What a teaser!
Without blowing up the story.
Well, he hasn't seen the movie either.
I haven't. Oh, Yule hasn't seen the movie, or
No, I'm the only one on here that's seen the movie.
The spoiler was when they told me this, when it was spoiled.
Oh, you didn't see it.
Oh, you
didn't see it yet, but it was spoiled everywhere who Taskmaster was. Even on the MCU wiki, they did it.
So that was my actual question. My actual question to you was, were you upset at the way the movie handled the character, or were you upset at the way Marvel just blew everything out before the movie even came out?
All of it.
They completely changed the background of the character. Like the character's nothing like what the actual character is. That's what I didn't like.
For me, it's the whole shebang. And I tried. No, I was going to come in there with an open mind until they just got woke. I'm just gonna say it. They fucking went woke, and I hate woke. It's my biggest pet peeve. I don't want to be preached to. I don't want to be, my entertainment to be political. I just want it to be good. I don't want to, and that's.
It's actually not getting that great of reviews.
Of course not, because there's a lot of politics that are in it. The problem is. The person who was in charge of that project, for one, decided that. Did you know that there was supposed to be an appearance of like all the other Avengers in that movie? But
I remember they were saying something about Iron Man was supposed to.
There was supposed to be a lot more in that film, and they cut the majority of it out.
They scrapped it because this is what they said. We need her to be able to stand alone.
All right, so let me do this.
Who gives a shit if I'm tired of that, strong women bullshit thing. Like nobody cares. We want to just be entertained with the way things are. Like Black Widow is a femme fucking fatale. Don't turn her into gosh damn Jason Bourne, because that's not where her powers are. Her power is in not only being skillful fighter, but being a femme fatale. The whole point of her is to use her feminine wiles to get across and do whatever she can do using what's given to her, and that's her sexiness. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But Marvel, fucking Marvel. If I had more things to throw on my own screens to boo them.
All right, so everybody knows if Yule has a coronary, we're going to call 911 just in case. I've got it right here.
Coronary kid.
I'm trying to throw it out of my camera so you guys.
Dude, I don't think anybody noticed I changed Coco Smooth's name.
Pops are going to start flying here in a minute.
Hang on one second.
Yeah, I'm just tired of them turning people into something that they're not. And before you know it, Thor's gonna be a bitch. I promise you this. That's the next step.
It's gonna be a bitch.
That's right.
Well, they already kind of made him a goofball, right?
Yeah, they're gonna turn all of these dudes into simps, because the world can't operate with men in being men anymore. They don't do that no more. They all gotta be a bunch of fucking simps. So that's where my gripe is, and that's why I feel like comics and a lot of things that are out there is just not made for me anymore. So they don't get my money no more. I'll stick to the
Did
To the
you
things
did
that
you
You stick to all the other porn mags, like everybody else our age, or videos, Pornhub, whatever.
Just stick to porn.
did you feel that way after like Civil War and like those other films that were very politically kind of driven?
Well, here, why don't we do this? Before we get into all that craziness, why don't we get to everybody's hauls and shit first before we get into some real deep shit?
All right.
Oh
Mr.
my god!
Vendetta,
But here,
what
first.
time is it?
Wait, Jason, how was your week?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we all fucked this up big time.
Let me
Hang on.
rehearse. You can tell.
So my week was pretty interesting. Apparently it wasn't because I got cut off. No, I'm just kidding. So my week actually wasn't. It was crazy. Yeah, look at that. I bet you that's not the first time a guy made you spit, you. But anyway, sorry, Jesus, that came right off my tongue. I'm cutting that shit out. So, anyways, so we started out just kind of hanging out Friday, not doing anything, and then we woke up and we met the Lynette's, Justin and Loretta, at a local comic book convention down the street, and we met Russ the Muss. So we went to go hang out there for a good couple hours, just walking around first convention, and it was pretty interesting. So we get in the door, and they were like, in order for us to let you in early, you have to do the chicken dance. I looked at the guy and I was like, fuck you, I'm not doing the chicken dance. I'm just walking. Everybody's like, do, and I'm like,
what does that?
So anyways, we get in there, we're all hanging out. It's pretty small, nothing too crazy. It's like NJCC size, basically. And we're walking around having a good time, and I couldn't tell what stench. I couldn't tell basically what stench was stronger. And the reason why I say this, because I couldn't tell if it was the standard BO that you smelled at conventions, or now that Virginia, now it's recreational, or how much weed you could smell in there. Because I could smell both strong as hell throughout that whole convention. So we oh hell yeah, look at that sandwich. That shit makes me look hungry.
Is that an Arby's beef sandwich?
Look, here we go for like a couple of minutes, just
That's what I'm talking about. All he needs is horsey sauce.
Man, I remember.
Yeah.
Horsey sauce, or what you call it, Arby's sauce, and that's a win.
Yeah. So anyways, so we ended up going to this convention. We're kind of hanging out, doing our thing and all this stuff, and we ended up buying some miscellaneous shit. You know how it goes. And then after we got done hanging out with them for the day till about like 3:00 or something like that, we left and went to visit.
Wolfie, just share with the cat, dude.
Is that one of those like roast beef sandwiches? That stuff looks so good, but I can't eat it. Like food porn.
Cat is hitting him up. Give me a piece, yo. Give me a piece.
The cat's like, let me get that shit. So anyway, so we ended up going to hang out with Bethany's best friend. Kind of hang out, bullshit, whatever. Let some fireworks off, have some beer, stuff like that.
Nice.
It was interesting. So we needed some more charcoal, so I went up to the local grocery store. And keep in mind, this is like out in the middle of fucking nowhere in Virginia. And I get out there, and I see this kid like sitting in the convenience store, like just sitting there, and he was waiting to get his food done. I'm like, all right. And this kid had to have been like 11, 12. And I was talking with the kid real quick while I was waiting for the guy, and apparently it was like a convenience store / head shop or whatever. So this kid's waiting for his pizza to get cooked, and the dad's sitting in the truck, and the dad is like piss drunk. Beer cans falling out when they open the door and everything. And then I go to open up the door, the kid kind of walks out, I leave and grab the charcoal and everything. I was like, all right, have a good night. The kid's like, all right, have a good night. He hops in the driver's seat, throws his dad in the passenger seat, and just starts driving down the fucking highway. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, how did you see that? Like, I mean, this kid, like, it was literally, I'm not kidding. And it was because it was funny because we were all sitting down. It was kind of downhill in a way. We were looking up where the road is. And we see this kid just driving by in this white, like, pickup truck with, like lawn equipment and shit in the back, and he's just driving his dad around. His dad's pissed drunk, like just eating dinner. So like that was some crazy shit. And then so we're all hanging out, letting off fireworks, eating food, So it was actually a pretty good evening, except the weird shit that came with the kid and his dad. So. But yeah, that was pretty much it for mine. Yeah.
So, Mr.
Now you can do it.
All right.
I'm so sorry, man. What time is it?
Well, it is time to nerd up or shut up.
Yeah. Look, even the cat's like, what the fuck is going on? It's like staring
I'm waiting
at
for
us.
the cat to put on a set of headsets.
Hey, hang on. I'm gonna zoom in on this cat real quick just to see what it does while we're sitting here.
That cat's so winning, dude.
Look at that. That cat's like, what the fuck?
I feel bad for Wolf because he had to eat his food fast because he's like, man, this cat's just begging too hard right now.
That cat's just chilling, just watching us. Like, fuck these assholes.
He's a good-looking calico.
Look at that. He's like,
This cat really wanted the roast.
dude, when you walked away, the cat was just staring at us like it was like participating or some shit. So I just zoomed in on it real quick.
I was waiting for it to put the headset on.
Yeah.
I have a very small haul, too small.
So tell us how small it is, Courtney.
This one, I got the
Sorry, Gold. We're not size queens here.
the Iron Spider Hot Toys cosplay.
So you got another hot toy?
Yeah, this one's one of my favorite ones because the Iron Spider suit from the comic book was pretty dope to me. At least aesthetically speaking, I felt pretty bad because at the time, it came out right after Michael J. Michael Straczynski's the other run from Spider-Man, which I like because he gave Spider-Man a hella more powers, but I guess Michael Bendis decided to scrap all that real quick. And that was kind of sad. And I picked up my mandatory one Funko Pop. This one's the Don't Starve main character, Wilson. I love that game. That game came out like maybe 2012, 2013.
I don't know this game. Don't Starve?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I ever played that one.
It's kind of like the best way I could describe it is it's a survival game, kind of like Minecraft, except it's instead of playing like a first person shooter.
So it's like Minecraft for cannibals.
Kind of. It's a Minecraft of that's more of an RTS or real time strategy, and you're trying to survive the elements. It's a pretty good game. It's brutal. The game is real hard to survive it, man. So yeah, I appreciate that game. I thought it was pretty fun. And
Nice.
I needed my rep for that game, and that's it for my haul really for this week.
Nice.
And,
All right, so let's go to Vendetta. What'd you get for the week?
I got
Besides a ghetto air conditioning.
I got a few things in. Jason, as we spoke one time before, my daughter made her way into this room, and I was telling you about what she did to Flame Toys Tarn. There's a very good possibility I'm not going to replace that because that shit's expensive as hell. And
What did she do? What happened?
Oh yeah, go ahead and tell them the story.
This,
Hang on a second, I'll be right back while you tell that.
This room here, in the background here, is where this is like my zen. This is like my little peace room.
Sanctuary.
Yes, and I used to keep pretty much everything I've ever collected here in this room. Like you, Wolf, I have an affinity for G1, the original.
Man.
And this whole shelf behind me and the two shelves on either shoulder were full practically of everything G1. And on the opposite side of the wall behind the computer, I have a smaller shelf where I keep figures and statues that I don't really normally transform. A lot of third party stuff, things like that. I'm in love with Tarn, the character Tarn. In the comics, I always liked his loyalty to the cause and things like that. So I was following that character for a long time. And Flame Toys made that really like gorgeous statue. It didn't transform, but it was fully articulate and all that stuff. And I put my money together, and I got the Flame Toys Tarn, and I put him right in the centerpiece. And then flanking him to the right was the MMC version. And when the female version finally came in, I was gonna put her have like a three.
A three-way going on in the display case.
I accidentally left the door unlocked one day, and my kids, they never come in this room. They know that this room is off limits. I left the door unlocked, and the 4-year-old has now figured out how to open doors, even with that little safety thing you put on the doorknob. He has figured out how to open doors. So one day I came home from work, and they were here, and I just needed that little decompression time, and I walked back in here, and the first thing I noticed is, where's Flame Toys Tarn? And I found a leg on the floor. Murder. If you remember the old cartoons from back in the day where the blood pressure would just go up, that was literally what happened.
The smoke coming out the ears.
The smoke coming out of
that. Yeah.
Woo, the whole thing. Flame Toys Tarn is no more.
Oh no!
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do with it. You can't fix it or nothing.
I mean, the joints are snapped. And stuff. Yeah, it's all.
Send me pictures. I might be able to work
fingers. That thing's been. I got rid of it a while back. Whatever I could find that was left, it was missing fingers from like knuckles, and it was just. It was.
You go to change your kid's diaper one day, you're like, how the fuck does Tarn's hand like in their diaper?
It was just trashed. So ever since then, I've gone into this endeavor where everything that I had in here that was expensive got put away. Yeah, she got into some of my Marvel Legends, and she took the Iron Patriot suit, and she took my Punisher. I have a thing for Iron Man suits, for whatever. So one of my favorite characters is War Machine. So another one of my favorite characters is the Punisher. So when they put the Punisher and the War Machine together,
oh yes, perfect, right?
I had to get that suit. I had to get it.
Yeah,
so I pre-ordered it. It came in. I never even opened the box, dude. I came home one day, and that same day that Flame Toys Tarn got, my son, it was like a tag team thing where they just walked into this room, and it's like everything he loves, we're going to show him who's in charge. And the Iron Patriot suit was, I still haven't found it. I don't know what happened to it. It might be in school somewhere. Who knows?
That's like one of my worst nightmares. All this. Oh God.
The Punisher, the Punisher War Machine suit is gone. And some things. So I only have 2 Fan Toys figures. Both of them got packaged up, and they're in the closet now. So you see a lot of the Hasbro stuff behind me, like that stuff. Anything that's like $150 below, that winds up staying out here. Everything else that's expensive, just I can't with this. You forget to lock the door, and Lord knows what happens in here. Dude. These kids come in here one time, dude. This room is a disaster. It is a disaster.
I don't know.
I would have Frank Castled my entire family if that happened to me, dude.
Reverse Punisher over here.
I'm gonna see some WCW fucking deathmatch shit going on. Like I'd go and start.
I would have taken all their toys, all their games, and torched it in front.
Like, which is your favorite toy? This one.
It was so bad that my wife just came to me, handed me a beer, and said, "Go in the living room, and I'll talk to you in about 2 hours." That's how bad it was. That's how bad it was, dude. It felt like I literally watched my dog run away, and he just stopped, waved goodbye, and kept going. Like that's how I felt. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad, dude. It was bad. It was bad. But this week's haul, I might as well start. I did locate some things. Let me
The
dig them
broken
out.
pieces that you're missing, like
No. I did pick this up. I don't know if you guys can see it well.
go ahead and tell our audio listeners what'd you pick up
Iron Patriot.
This is the Iron Patriot suit.
In-game Iron Patriot.
from the game, right? Or no?
No.
Endgame.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, from Endgame.
Oh, it's got the Fat Thor heads, right? That's in
Yes,
that?
right.
Yeah.
I was able to get the Iron Patriot suit back, and this is currently my grail. I was able to find it.
Good.
Oh, you found
I
it.
found it, and it
War
came
Machine
in.
Punisher. Nice.
Yes, I am so happy about this. Yes, it's back, and it's not going out of the box, and it will be hidden. It will be child-proofed.
Yo, that's when you start doing like, what is it like they do to cats? They put like those little electric pads down as soon as they walk in. They step on that shit and get fucking zapped.
I'm gonna get them the little shock collars.
You're like, kid, you're gonna oh. You're like, kid, you're gonna learn today. Daddy, what's this ankle bracelet? Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna put like an electric minigun in here somewhere where the minute that door opens,
No, even better, like a little mini spitball gun.
hook up a Nerf gun or something with water balloons in it. I'm working something out here. Maybe take one of their, because I bought them a 300-piece Lego set, and instantly I regretted that because I've been picking those things out of my ass for like the last 6 months. But I think I'm gonna take a fistful of them and just leave them at the doorway to this.
No. What you do is wait till they get done building it and just go over and fucking like Godzilla just start stomping the shit out of it. Look, Daddy.
And then I'll reference what they did. He goes, "You remember what you did with my $1,000-piece Tarn? that $45 Lego set was just 45. You know."
Yeah.
Oh, believe me, we got how many more to go? Up until that, we're gonna go with the going rate of what Tarn costs. So all the
There
toys
you
got
go.
lying on you know, I'm smashing it.
While
Hey,
you're watching.
Make sure when you go to do that you're wearing shoes so you don't fuck up your feet. Because that shit will come back tenfold on you.
Right?
Their timeouts are literally now from like 2 or 3 minutes. They're like a half an hour now. Every time they get a timeout, it's like a half an hour. It's like you just go somewhere. But anyway, I also picked up a Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, nice.
So,
DC.
Multiverse Batman. What else? I got a bunch of what do they call those upgrades, like the third-party upgrade pieces.
Nice.
This is actually for Spinister, for the Siege Spinister. But I saw it and I said, man, I think that would look good on this guy right here. And
Springer.
okay.
right, I think it makes him look badass, no?
Yeah.
Those missiles and everything. They look
Yeah,
good.
like I think that makes him look badass. He's got this
It
little
works.
rocket launcher right here. I think it makes him look pretty badass. You know, and of course he's got the little wing thingies back here.
There you go.
I got some new feet for my Ironhide and my Ratchet. Don't make them look so bad. I don't know if you guys can see it very good. This is
How are those? Because I was thinking about getting them.
Dude, they look awesome. This is the vehicle mode. Like, they look awesome. It really, like,
Send me a link for that. I'm kind of curious.
they look. I mean, it makes a whole load of difference. Instead of those big giant feet that just look awful. So I put them on both Ironhide and Ratchet, and I mean it blends in nicely. I think they look great. I also got the Huffer upgrade.
Oh yeah, I was gonna get those too.
For the big cavernous legs, and it looks pretty sharp. And from MMC, this guy came in.
Tarn. Ooh.
I'm waiting for Haney to ship mine. I got that too.
Oh, wow.
How is it? How are the joints and everything?
They say
What was the name of that again? Do you guys remember?
It had a weird name. It's the Star Convoy, is what they call it in the show.
It's Stellaris Prominian.
That's it.
The plastic. I don't know. I've heard a lot of things online. People complaining about the plastic, and there was even something where some third-party retailers were shipping them with like knee upgrades because there was problems with the knee ratchets. I haven't received any of that, but I also haven't had a single issue with it. The knees lock up great. It poses great. The plastic. The only thing that I've noticed is that it resembles. I don't know if any of you ever got that Playmates Voltron.
Oh yeah.
That kind of
it's like thicker shampoo bottle plastic.
Yes, this has that kind of.
It's
plastic.
not that suave flex plastic shit.
Right. Like it's got a. I don't know if he's out here. He is. Hold on a second.
Kronos was like shampoo bottle. Everybody said.
Dude, I had Kronos back in the day.
Kronos, there's an oldie.
All right, breaking news. Breaking news. You got to see this shit. Bethany just sent this to me.
Uh-oh.
I guess this is technically part of my haul.
What?
Dude, that's lasagna she's making.
A lot of cheese.
What?
That's so lucky.
Looking so nice. So nice.
Dude, I'll have to send you a picture when it's done baking. Sorry, I had to stop in the middle of it and show that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I would probably be bragging about some shit like that too.
Yo, I have a feeling my toilet's gonna be clogged later, but it's gonna be so good.
You're leaving a hole in the toilet later.
Hell yeah.
Lasagna.
All right, so anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
That was it for me, man. That was pretty much it this week. I think that was that's one of the better hauls that I've had in a while. I also got a confirmation that Trax is coming. I
still haven't seen Jack for mine yet. I ordered from the same place.
When
we talked the other night.
Right. I got a confirmation from BBTS that he was showing up. So I'm still waiting on it, but it looks like he's on his way. So that's some good stuff. Other than that, pretty much what you got.
Nice. All right, so we got some Wolfenstein. What'd you get this week?
Just got one thing. I got a Classics Stratos.
Oh, that looks so good.
Nice.
Yeah, looks very
nice.
Now, was that in the box or was that loose or what?
No, this was loose. Mr. EE Prime made me aware of this. I got a nice little deal on it. I don't need boxes, so
He had doubles. Wow. He must have bought a set.
Yeah, so.
Well,
cool.
he had he had like a moving sale or some shit. Like he just moved this weekend too.
No, it wasn't EE. He made me aware of it. He didn't sell me it.
Okay.
No, he made me aware of a guy in a group, so I got it off him.
You got to give it to the dude. That guy's been hustling in that chat that we have for Motu and miscellaneous shit.
He's always tagging people.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, even though he likes Bad Batch.
Oh.
No one's perfect. That's all I got.
Wait, is that the first of your classics?
No, I showed off Skeletor.
It was a few weeks back.
A couple weeks ago, and
of the heroes.
I'll have something nice next week. You'll see. That's a teaser. What's he gonna show? Tune in.
It's an MMC Tarn.
I'm hoping you're getting good prices for these, man, because I know how much.
Dude, we needed like a picture of Vendetta, just like one tear coming from his eye. Just so we can see if somebody gets a Tarn, we could just show that GIF.
Oh, you know what you could do, Jay? You could do the Photoshop of you remember that old Indian commercial where the guy littered and he cried? You could have like a broken Tarn in the background. You could have him just like.
All right, that's the Photoshop for the week. Fuck it.
I'm not gonna lie, man. When Courtney was talking, it was Courtney. When Vendetta was talking about Tarn,
I was waiting for the rest of that. I was like, whoa, wait, what?
Was
go
talking
ahead,
about his love for Tarn, right? And how he's been following that character. I started to feel the same way about Taskmaster. again. Somebody, I was like, that's exactly how I felt about the
But there's a
Taskmaster.
difference. You want to break Taskmaster's legs versus,
We could have both of them on there. Both of them have a tear down their face, and there's like a Taskmaster in the background. That'd be
dude. I'm gonna have Coco Smooth dressed up as Taskmaster with just one tear coming down his eye.
There you go. It's brainstorming here.
Big old, never mind. I won't say it. It'll
Yeah,
give
no,
shit away.
that's. I even understand his love for War Machine, because I was in Korea when he made his first appearance, and it was a really awesome series because Iron Man was going up against these samurai ninja, iron, like they were in those suits. Remember, back then.
Yes. Yeah.
He got his ass whooped, and that's why War Machine had to, came about so that he could fuck those Japanese guys, samurai ninja, iron armor guys. Pretty bad.
Jason, what'd you get aside from lasagna?
Yeah,
oh, dude, I can't wait for that shit. She hit me up today this morning, and she was like, "I'm making lasagna tonight," and I was like, "You just don't understand."
I love you.
So anyways, we went to the convention. I was like, "You're getting it today," but anyway.
Wow.
Doing shit with me. So I got a couple things. So I picked this up. So I've got a print.
Oh,
From the
nice.
convention.
Nice.
So it's dude, look at that.
Nice.
That is awesome.
Spider-Man,
Venom, and Carnage.
Yeah, and it's somewhere. Oh, the guy did it on the back. He signed the back of it. So I got that. Of my many exploits of running around Walmart the last few days to try to find the new Motu figures, I actually found this is one of the old cars I've been trying to find, actually from the Fast and the Furious.
Family.
Oh, nice.
I've actually found his old Lightning from back in the day.
It's even got the parts store. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Racer's
The
Edge.
Racer's
Everything on
Edge.
it.
Nice.
Yeah, I was sitting there looking for it, and I was talking to the people running around. I was like, dude, I'm looking for like the Racer's Edge truck from Fast and the Furious, the gray one. And you don't understand how many people are getting really fucking confused because they're like, dude, there's not a gray one anywhere. So then I realized when Bethany was with me that because I'm red colorblind, I'm like an asshole because I'm going around telling these people like I'm looking for the gray one, and I've been going past it for months and didn't even know it.
What's this asshole talking about?
Yeah, they're like, and I was like, Racer's Edge. It's written on the. I think it's written on the side, but I can't see it. Like, I just see a Ford Lightning, and they're like, "No, this is it." And I was like, "No, this is not it." Like, it was kind of funny. Bethany's like, "You're being a dumbass. That's the right one." So,
see,
but
it's as good news as bad. Anything's possible with family.
Yo, I've been killing people with memes this week with that shit.
So
Like I got kicked out of I got kicked out of 3 groups this week because do you remember Casey Anthony?
yeah, everyone.
Yeah, Casey Anthony about the woman who ended up was it killed what's her name? JonBenet Ramsey or whatever it was, or whatever the fuck that kid's her kid's name was. No, it was the other kid. It was the other kid.
It was her kid.
Yeah, so she killed her kid, and I showed like everybody's like, "Oh yeah, this is a meme group, no holds barred, everything else." And I was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure that we can do that?" And they're like, "Yeah." And like within 30 minutes of me posting like one meme, I got kicked out of like 4 groups. And it showed because everybody's doing all these like Fast and the Furious ones, right? And you know what?
Leave it to Jason.
Just show it.
I'm just gonna share it. Fuck it. Like I'm just gonna share it.
Let's see the cruelty.
Please send all complaints to Jason Lowry.
Yeah, I'm just gonna delete them anyway. Fuck it. Like, all right. Let me go over here.
I do not appreciate that hostile meme that you put in.
I think did I send it to you, Yule?
No, I'm sure I haven't seen it.
Oh my god, dude. So, all right, let me go back. Let me just put it up on my phone. Fuck.
Might have been even too brutal for me.
Yo, so I posted this shit, and then people are like, "What the fuck?" Like it was bad. Like, all right, hang on.
This meme violates community guidelines intergalactically.
No, I was banned for 24 hours for posting it.
Soft.
Weak. And you've seen some of the shit that I've
SAWFT.
done. Where the fuck is it? Multi-layer photo? No. Fuck, where is it at? It's gonna piss me off.
Do it.
Yeah, Wolfie's yelling at you.
And
Wolfie's getting yelled at.
Nope. Damn it. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. So it's a Fast and the Furious style type one. And it says, I got 99 problems, but a family ain't one, and she's a fourth. And there's Dom right behind her holding a shotgun.
Oh.
And then, dude, I immediately, within like 30 minutes of like 4 groups, they kicked me out for like violating. I was like, how did that violate their standards?
Soft.
I was like, it's no holds barred.
You don't be hanging out with those people. Fuck them.
All right. So
Aren't your friends?
So I got some at the toy convention. I got some
snap.
Galvatron.
Those are the backward shoulders I've been hearing so much about.
Yeah, so I didn't realize this one had the backward shoulders. So what it is, I'll flip it around so you can see it. You can see the difference. You can see how high the shoulder is compared to how low it is.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. So I don't care about the. I mean, I'll just take a purple marker or some shit and paint it if I have to. I don't care. But so I picked that up. It's a pretty cool figure. I mess with it. I think the cannon is a little long, so I may. The Courtney is a little long. So I'm gonna. I'm actually. You can actually unpeg this from here. So I'm actually gonna have somebody resin a smaller one.
Mm.
So I got that. Shout out to Walt on this one. I may have to make my screen a little bigger for this one. But look at this shit.
Oh, nice.
Walt got you that?
No. I picked this up at the convention because I've been a huge Bulls fan since I was a kid.
Yeah. All right.
I've got all sorts of Jordan shit, and dude, I know Vendetta's like, fuck that guy. But the prized possession out of all the prints and everything else I got, this one. So the artist actually gave me, and I can post his Instagram, but he did this for Bethany, right?
What is that?
I don't know the association with. I don't know the character. So she saw it, she liked it. It looked pretty cool. So he ended up signing right there, over here.
Mm-hmm.
He actually did 2 prints for her, but this is an original. This is an original art piece he did for me.
Whoa!
That's it.
And signed it.
Sick. Yeah, that's pretty sick. That's
Yeah.
pretty sick.
And it's actually on that cloth paper too, so it's like original. So I'm gonna get that framed.
That's sick.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty sick.
So I got that. Remember last week I was talking about last week I was talking about how I had that Omni Man figure that I was making. Well, the guy sent me the replacement pieces for the boots.
Nice.
So I got those.
Don't break
And
those
let's see
hands.
Yeah, no shit. Speaking of ham hands, I got some Mezco Thanos.
Yay!
Oh, nice. How was it?
Dude, it's a pretty nice figure. I don't like the outfit, like the way they did it. It's really tight. But here's the cool part about it. So I pulled, dude, look at this.
That's what
So
millennials
I pulled the
wear.
glove off. And what's nice about this is, let me put this back in. Basically, you could take it back off, snap it into place, and then you can have the gauntlet to where it lights up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Cool.
There we go.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So I got that. Dude, this thing's pretty heavy too. I mean,
It looks heavy.
It looks pretty bulky.
to kind of give you an idea, that's the Galvatron. He's standing next to him. I mean, he's a big figure.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
And then let's see here, NECA Turtles for anybody if they want to see a comparison.
Okay.
Yeah. And then let's see here, Mezco figure. So to kind of give you an idea, that Omni Man figure that I'm making. Here you go. So here's the head sculpt, the cracked boots, and everything else. The head sculpt and the other shit showed up. Check that out. Like when I go to put it on,
Cool.
he's got that.
That's gonna look cool.
He's got the screaming head too. Yeah, to give you an idea, look at the size of this.
Think.
Look at the size of the two. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so dude, that Thanos is pretty nice. He's got a bunch of accessories too. I don't know if it's kind of hard to see with the camera and everything because of the reflection. He came with like an open hand, a couple different heads, the Tesseract, a couple other hands. They actually gave you the gauntlet to the other part of his hand where he doesn't have the actual gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you take his head off real quick, this is on magnets, and that just pulls off, and you can just make him look like Thanos without all the extra shit. So
Oh, cool. Nice touch. Nice touch.
Yeah, that's a nice touch.
Does he claim Goonies though?
I kind of wish they made the neck peg longer, because when you actually push the thing down on his head, he just looks like a linebacker with like. So it needs to be like a quarter. It needs to be like a. It needs to be like a quarter-inch taller, I think, like that, and it'll be good. So.
And as long as he claimed Goonies, he's good.
Yeah. So this was pretty interesting. So Bethany kind of want to show me these.
I saw those. I was going to ask about those.
Yeah. So her friend from school from back in the day, her best friend, picked all these up for Bethany and I. They're mainly Bethany, but they're all the Transformers toys and stuff from back in the day.
Mickey D's.
All the McDonald's.
Those are great.
I love
remember
those,
those.
man.
Dude, you remember these? Like, these are so cool. Like, you got the quarter pounder with cheese. Like, dude, look at that. Still got the paint and everything.
Classic styrofoam box. Remember that?
Yeah. Remember that? And then you open it up and it's got the.
Hell yeah. I think like the pancake one was my favorite. The pancake set.
Remember
Big Mac?
Big Mac or whatever? You open it up and then. Dude, everything still works on these too. Check that out.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what's up.
Look at the
That's
paint
cool.
on them. I was like, holy
Yeah,
shit. I
that's
mean,
pretty cool.
there's minimal scuffing and everything. I told her I might end up touching them up just so they're brand new, but I'm not sure yet. I might just leave them as is. I know you remember this one. Dude, remember the ice cream cone?
Yep. The ice cream cone.
Thing always wants to fall. Got that one. Dude, I forgot about this one. I forgot how some of
Milkshake
these
was also
fucking
pretty
work
dope.
too.
Actually, the milkshake was probably my favorite one. Yeah, that's the one. When you open it and
The original shake
Yeah.
master.
Oh yeah. There
that
it
one
is.
had the
Like,
best transformation, I think.
all you have to do is rotate it open. Look
Yeah,
at
the
that.
cup opens up with a crazy face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like a what is that? A quintesson.
Mm-hmm.
You got that, and then of course you got the pull this out, rotate this up, and then you got the fry box.
I was a fan of the fries. That and the
Yeah,
small.
that was pretty
That
cool.
was cool.
Small fry. I
That was
like
cool.
them.
That was cool.
That, man, when I was a kid, I'd had my mom run around and try to find these things like crazy.
Mhm.
But Mom, you didn't get the right one. Like, she would get so mad because she'd come back and she'd just be like, "Look, I found you one." It's like the same fucking one she
Yeah,
find all the time.
That one was
Get all
fun.
mad.
That's a pancake one, right?
But the pancakes.
Yeah, this is the pancake. Check that out.
Yeah.
So cool, man.
Dude, look at it. Look at the print on it. It still looks brand new.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Like, they're
Mhm.
clean, no yellowing,
Yeah,
like no
man.
nothing. I mean, and so Bethany's friend Kristen actually picked these up. It was like an early birthday / Christmas present, and since they're not going to be recording for a while because they got stuff going on, she wanted me to kind of show them off on the show for you guys. So.
Nice.
You're only missing the cheeseburger.
I got the
That's
cheeseburger. Missing the small fry.
Oh, yeah.
Small fry. Was-
Oh yeah, the small fry. I want to see how many are left. I thought there were other ones too.
There were.
There were a couple.
They did
I wanna
like
try
2
to-
different waves.
Yeah,
Like,
I
they
want
were
to try to
split
look them up
apart.
because remember they had like the chicken nuggets that were done like the Halloween style, like the fucking Dracula and like all that other shit.
Oh,
You remember
jeez,
that?
you're getting old school on me now. Yeah.
Yeah. So fucking unplug this shit. But yeah, so I'm gonna look try to find the rest of those for her. She got really excited when she saw this. She said,
That's
"I haven't
cool.
seen these in forever." So yeah, that was pretty much it for my haul for the week.
That's what's up.
I think. Let me look around. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the hauls and everything else for me. Does anybody else have anything?
I'm good.
Got anything?
I did watch McGregor snap his leg.
Oh my
Dude,
god!
what
No,
a
he
down,
snapped
dude.
his ankle in the first round, wasn't it?
Oh, was it the first round?
Yeah, dude, like the fight barely started.
Goodness.
He was talking all that shit, and he was still talking shit after.
Yeah, afterwards. Yep.
This is not over. Like, for people who had stayed up, 5 hours or whatever the hell it was, going through the prelims and all the other fights just to watch him snap his leg in a minute, they're like, it is kind of over, bro.
That's a little anticlimactic, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You're gonna take a long time to recover from that. You need to the rehab and that's if you even do recover from that. I know people who don't ever recover from that kind of injury.
Anderson Silva came back for a snapped leg.
True.
Anderson Silva was a different breed. I think his parents fed him glass when he was a little kid because
Good point.
Anderson Silva, I've never seen anything like that in my whole life.
It's funny that he broke his leg against that one dude. Oh my God, Chris Weidman, right?
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, like 2 months ago, Chris Weidman did the same exact thing, broke his leg just like.
It's like all these dudes are working out their whole bodies, but they can't fucking work on their extremities.
Drink your milk, people.
I mean, he did full blast on a checked shin, so that's why his leg broke. So.
Yeah, like they said, like what was it? I didn't get to finish watching all of it because we were driving on the way back. I just watched video clips from last night, and like you could just see the pain in this dude's face when he dropped. He's like, "No, like ain't happening." Like, no. Now, did any of you guys watch it live?
No,
I didn't.
No, I didn't either.
Oh,
I didn't.
So, what did you think?
I think
Coco Smooth.
Yeah, Poirier was whooping his ass. Like he in the beginning there were good trade-offs, and it looked like Poirier was going to get rocked with one of Connor's lefts, but then he managed to weather that. Then Connor made a big mistake trying to put him in a guillotine, which didn't work, and so he got himself on the ground, and that's when Poirier just started fucking grounding and pounding him on the head. And here's what was crazy. He let him up because he was trying to tell Herb Dean that Connor was grabbing in his gloves to keep him so that he could like hold him while he could up kick him in the head and stuff. But they stood up, and I think it was kind of karma because McGregor, he hurt himself in the stand-up. That's when he broke his leg because he punched the wrong way, twisted his ankle, and his whole thing folded.
I just saw that shit fold. I was like, "Ooh!"
Yeah, exactly. So,
oh my god!
Yeah, I was like,
that's like some Muay Thai kickboxing shit. When you see the dude kicks, you see his leg just fucking flops, and like, oh my god, I can't see. Ugh. No.
So yeah, that's that. In my opinion, Dustin was going to win that fight anyway. I think
it's kind of hard to say that he wasn't. Like he didn't he beat his ass last time around?
Exactly. He was going that.
This was the third one, right? Now they're trying to talk a fourth.
Yeah. Like there's
like, dude, they might as well just do like a wheelchair race or something. I don't know.
He got whooped up pretty convincingly. Like these guys can't get the fact in their heads. Like you get old, it happens to everybody. And you think you're relevant for 100 years, and you don't think you could fall down from that. Being up at the top. It happens, it happens to everybody.
Just like that.
I think what happened was, in my opinion, I feel that Connor was very overconfident in what he's normally able to do in the lower weight class when he originally beat Dustin. You didn't realize
this is a higher weight class, right?
Yeah.
Correct. And Dustin's been going through wars in that upper weight class, like him and Justin Gaethje went through serious, slobber knockers, and and yeah, nobody was able to really beat Poirier in that in that weight division once he went up in weight. Yeah, Poirier is a different animal in that way. I think that McGregor was not meant to be in that weight. I think he's supposed to be in the lower weight, the same one that oh my
Or like the
gosh,
handicap the division or something.
yeah, well, no, not the no. The same one with Jose Aldo. That's the Jose Aldo weight class is the one he should be. He should be in. The same one with Max. Blessed Max Holloway. That's the division that Connor's natural weight works the best in, where his strength and speed works. But he can't knock people out the way he normally knocks people out in the higher weight the division. The only people say, well, he knocked out Cowboy Cerrone, but Cowboy Cerrone was kind of old and getting his blasted all the time at the time.
Yeah.
So,
Damn.
but yeah.
So, Vendetta. We're gonna go ahead and do a little quick spotlight on you, real quick. And why don't you go ahead and tell our audio listeners and our video listeners a little bit about yourself, how you got to collecting, and all that sort of jazz.
That's a big story. I guess I'll have to go back to I'm gonna say the mid '80s. My dad kind of disappeared in 1977, 78-ish. He disappeared and left my
We got
mom.
something in common. I've never met my dad.
He disappeared and left my mom alone to raise 2 kids. They were natives of Puerto Rico. He joined the service, and well, that was Vietnam, so he was drafted. And I guess lucky for him, I never met him either, but lucky for him, he never got to see combat. And he wound up moving here to Jersey and brought my mom up shortly after boot camp. And he disappeared. My mom did a lot of moving around, not knowing much English, and working whatever she could find and do whatever she could. One thing I got to shout out to my mom is, so many people, especially nowadays, they just like hop off responsibilities and leave the kids in the system, or sometimes they even just put them in people's driveways, or just dump them off on whoever. My mom didn't. She decided she was in a foreign country to her. She grew up on a farm, and here she is in a big city, and she put it down. She put her man pants on and took her responsibilities and did the best she could. We went around from relative to relative to relative to relative, whoever would take us in. And needless to say, I didn't make a whole lot of friends. You'd meet somebody, a couple months later, guess what? We got to move to another place. You meet new friends, and then a couple months later, we got to move to another place. And that was pretty commonplace around that time. And it, some of these neighborhoods weren't the most desirable. At the time she was making like $3.75 an hour. So we were going pretty much wherever we could, back alleys, sometimes basement apartments, sometimes attics, whatever we could find. And
did you go to any shelters, anything like that? We did that when we were a kid too. Like
she tried to get into some kind of a shelter system, or even like a project, and I don't know what happened. There was some kind of litigation going on because she was trying to get child support, but they couldn't find my dad. So it was like this whole thing. I don't really remember. I was very young. But I know she was having trouble getting help in that area. And I really don't want to, because I'm pretty sure it sounds cliche by now, but at a very young age, 9, 10 years old, 11 years old, I dipped my foot into the public pharmaceuticals engineering business. And, I found someone who was trying to keep it low key. And he gave me a bicycle and said, all you got to do is take that book bag from this block to the other side of town and back. And, I'll take care of the rest.
Yeah.
And I never asked what was in the book bags. I never cared. I just
Best
know.
not to when you're
Just
that age.
whatever. I don't know anything about it. And he was giving me at the time $250 a week, which in 1970,
Fucking lot, even for like
1980,
people back in.
yeah, for a 10-year-old kid, that's a lot of damn money. So there was this cartoon on television. It was called Trans or Z. Today we call it.
I remember
Mad
that.
Eater.
Yeah.
And I remember watching that show and other shows like Speed Racer and stuff like that. And it got me in Ultraman. It got me into that whole robots are pretty cool, into that like mental state. And at the time, that stuff really wasn't available here. Transer Z was basically just an overdub of Mazinger, which wasn't available here. Like you had to like find a niche toy store that may have something like that. So I just had this love for robots, and around 1984, 1985, the Transformers came out.
Oh shit.
And I was like, oh, I gotta have those. So at the time we were living in a town called Passaic, here in Jersey, and there was a toy store in the middle of town. It was called Toys for All. And I remember taking my little weekly salary and heading over to that toy store and coming out. I was balling, dude. Like I would walk out of there with, even the cashiers were like, dude, who are your parents? And I would come out with, I still own it. I still own the very first. Matter of fact, he's sitting right here.
That's it.
The very first Transformer I ever bought.
That's
Prime.
The very
Looks
Nice.
good.
Yeah.
That does look good, dude.
I've
Now,
had
did you
them-
do any repros on it or anything, or is that all original?
This is the knees. Everything from the knees down is original decal. These I've had re-chromed.
Okay.
The arms and these little stripes across here, that's all repro. That's all repro label. And this is from a third-party upgrade company.
I have that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Right?
Nice.
With a little matrix. It's got a little
Mhm.
matrix in the chest.
That's what's up.
That's cool.
It came with a gun and it came with like upgrade fists, but I wanted to keep it as original as possible, so I didn't use any of that. That's all still inside of the backpack. And I bought, this is not too long ago, I bought a bloated gun off one of these swap sites, and I drilled a hole in the center so it looks like the rifle that he had in the TV show.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And the trailer's all original. I still have the hose for the gas pump, all that stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah. The
Now, did you do any restoration on the trailer or anything? Or is that all
nothing,
pretty
not
original?
a thing, dude. This is all the way it came. Trailer door. I don't know if you guys can see it. The lighting's
Yeah.
probably not so great.
That's
that's,
well enough.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
All original decals. Everything is still.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude. Wheelie still original. Everything's the way it came. And I put these decals out. You can't really tell, but I put these decals on when I was like 12 or 11 or something like that. So they well done at all. They're like sitting on top of stuff, and like some of them are crooked. And I've not touched it since.
I wouldn't. I just leave it like that. That just shows something you did when you were a kid,
And ever since then, dude, I've just been an addict. Transformers did it for me. Every time something came out, I had to have it. I don't know what happened with that cartoon, but since I didn't have a dad figure, Robo Jesus, You know, Optimus Prime raised an entire generation of people.
Dude, I thought at first you said you actually got that Robo Jesus. Did you see that where it's like a cross that transforms into Jesus?
I actually wanted that. I
saw that.
I actually wanted that. I also wanted that.
At first,
toilet.
I thought you said you had it. I was like, damn. I was like, that's dedication right there.
I actually wanted that, but I wasn't able to find one. I also wanted that toilet. That toilet that transformed.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted one of those too.
That toilet goblin looking thing?
Yeah. I couldn't find one. But anyway, you know, Optimus Prime just became my guy. You know, that voice, that presence.
Same here.
That he just became my guy, dude. Like I'm like Brink. Brian has a pretty extensive Optimus Prime collection. I'm just like that. I have I have a 10-foot by 5-foot storage unit just full of different versions of Optimus Prime.
Holy shit!
Yeah. It's just I don't know what it is. I
now, do you get multiples like boxed in box, or are they just all different versions?
Just all different versions. Sometimes they're just repaints. The only version of Prime that I do not have is MP44. But other than that, every incantation you could think of, from pillows to even a pop, I have it. I've got it in that storage unit. And the only reason they're in the storage unit is because this room just does not have the space to house it. But yeah, he became my I guess my father figure. It's pretty sad to say that a cartoon kind of takes that role. Mm-hmm. But
it did to me too, because I just like you, not having a dad growing up and everything. Like we moved around, we were in like shelters and everything else growing up and all that, and then like Optimus Prime was a father figure to me too, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. And you know, later on, as I got, you know, as I grew up, you know, having that kind of a passion for cartoons and, you know, TV shows and things, it wasn't popular, especially not in the hood. That stuff would get you beat up. It was all more about rap music and, you know, who got beat up and how strong you were or what gang you belonged to. And, you know, it was just different back then. You know, now it's pop culture, but back then, nah.
Or it's like World Star. Like, you don't want to beat anybody's ass unless you're getting recorded, you know?
Right. Back then it was more about your hood rep and stuff like that. Now it's a different animal. But in any case, I kind of kept that all down low to myself. We finally settled into a place to live. And I had a friend of mine who got me into comic books, and I gravitated to Alpha Flight. I don't know if you guys remember that. Alpha Flight. I see you'll know. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I got also into ROM Space Knight. I got into like a whole bunch of different kind of off, I guess, like kind of not so popular, but popular comics. I remember for DC, there was a 4-issue comic set, The Blue Devil. And I remember,
yeah.
Remember The Blue Devil. I still have them.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah. I got into that, man, and I don't know what happened. The bottom fell out. They stopped making those comics. But anyway, that led on to my second favorite character in the entire universe, the Batman. I was fascinated by the fact that this guy was just like a regular dude. And, you know, yeah, he had a lot of money. Yeah, he was like basically a carbon copy of Tony Stark. But his sense of justice, I don't know what it was. It just grabbed it. I just clung on to it. And I just had this thing for Batman, dude. Like I loved it. And that 66 series was on television when I was a kid, and the big whap, you know, the big joint, you know,
dude, I'm like, for some reason I'm picturing you like running down the hallway in those fucking, you know, like gray tights and shit, like with your backpack on and shit, just rolling around. Like,
were you in my neighborhood?
You don't remember me?
Um, so then I fell in love with Batman and his different incantations, and I got into that, and then I remember a graphic novel came out, and this is where the Vendetta came from. This graphic novel, I still own it, still here.
Yule knows what. God damn it, Coco Smooth.
The minute
I'm gonna like fuck it. Every time I do it, I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna hit myself with something.
somebody, somebody close to me, because I didn't really let a lot of people into that circle, but someone close to me bought me for my birthday a graphic novel of V for Vendetta, a soft cover graphic
Nice.
novel.
Okay.
And I read this thing and I was like, whoa. I read it again. And then I read it a third time. And then I remember some years later, the movie came out. And I watched the movie and it was just as impactful. Like they did a really great job on that movie. And I said, it's just something clicked. And that's it. That was
That's the
my
one with
vibe.
Natalie Portman, right?
Yeah.
Natalie
Yes.
Portman,
Yeah.
Hugo
Um,
Weaving.
That was
Hugo
good. That
Weaving.
was good.
He was amazing. He was amazing. Just the fact that he had no face, he never bothered to go into to delve into what he looked like or where he came from. It doesn't matter. Like anybody can be a hero. And at that moment, I fell in love with him. I fell in love with that character, and then hence the name, and the rest is history. Here I am.
Oh yeah.
I remember a couple of shows ago, you guys had Chris on.
Yeah, Chris
And,
Mayville, good dude. Shout out to the My Rock dudes, Wilson there and all that.
Yeah,
we had a
man.
good conversation with him.
I don't know. That show really needs a much larger audience. And I've always said, I actually had a conversation with Tim about this once. Tim K. You never know what or where someone comes from.
Yeah.
When you go to, say, a TF con or a toy convention or whatever, and we shake hands and we get together, it's always good to have that camaraderie.
Mhm.
But the backgrounds, what Chris went through, what his eyes saw, and
The way he
thank
described all that, I could just see
yeah,
it through his eyes.
shout
It was
out to
wild.
Chris. He's been clean for 12 years, dude. Like,
Mhm.
I always say to my wife, my quiet time in the back room, she calls it pew pew time.
Wait a minute, we're talking about Transformers, right? Like, I'm just gonna get that clear. Like,
She called, yeah, it's definitely no Courtney time. It's actual Transformer time. Um, she calls it pew pew time because she says she can walk up to the door and hear me, pew pew pew. I really don't pew pew, but yes, I do.
don't
But,
lie, yeah, you do. All of us do that shit. How many of you guys do the transforming sound every time you transform?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Are you kidding?
Come on, we
Oh,
all
yeah.
do it.
Oh yeah. Every time I transform anything, their cartoon voice is what I'm picturing. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. But in any case, I remember telling her, that pew pew time is for your health as well. There's a lot of us that need that, and I remember hearing Chris, and he didn't mention any relapses or anything like that after he started collecting. So
he's been going strong ever since.
Yeah, like
I got to give it to him.
Chris's quiet time is not just for his own mental health; it's for the people around him. Like they have no idea what we do is saving us from, or them from. That little mental escape where we just have like an hour or two just to pose a finger, or take a photograph, or do the whole sound, or grab an Optimus Prime toy and listen to Peter Cullen, in our heads. It's therapeutic. It's therapeutic for us, and it's therapeutic for the people around us. My wife still doesn't fully understand. She doesn't understand the passion. She doesn't understand the culture, but You know, I think
understand what it means to you. That's what you understand.
yes. And you know, I'm still in the process of trying to get her to understand that it's for
Don't
her
bring
as
her to
well.
TF Con.
Oh yeah, because I want her meeting you guys. Absolutely,
Yeah.
I do. I want her meeting you guys, so she can understand that there's a lot of people out there like me that have gone through what I have gone through and seen what I've seen, and you know, from different walks of life, man. You know, we're all, you know, Chris is a mechanic. I'm a mechanic. You know, I was at a dealership for 26 years. So I know that life, and some of us are doctors, some of us are lawyers, some of us are IT, some of us are
Only do OnlyFans.
yeah, some of us do OnlyFans. Some of us have big Courtneys. You know. Wolf is like, I'm out.
He's all choked up.
Yeah, but like, you know, this time of ours, our time is healthy for us, but it's healthy for other people as well. You know, it keeps us level, and it's important. I think that point, you know, it comes out. Like whoever watches this show, if you can go back a couple of episodes and watch Chris, watch Sideswipe, hear his story, and just, you know, it's
even go to TFCon and talk to him if he opens up about it. It's pretty interesting, his story.
Go to TFCon and talk to a lot of us. You know, you'd be surprised, you know, how many of us have so much in common, and I think that's why the community is so large. You know, does it have its problems? Does it have its issues? Yeah, but that's why we're so large.
What family doesn't?
Yeah, absolutely.
So here's the good news for you. Have you been watching the Swamp Thing show?
I have not.
That show is good.
Because your boy, the Blue Devil,
is in it.
He's
I didn't want to say anything about it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There's a lot in that show, and they're supposed to be coming back with another season. So check it out. It's on HBO Max. HBO Max.
I gotta get on that, dude. I haven't, you know, because of the kids and stuff. I don't really like. Titans is another show that I watched the first season, I think, and I never got back into it, you know, because it just, you know, you get so wrapped up with work and kids and so on. But Swamp Thing has the Blue Devil.
Yeah, the Blue Devil portion is the part that I'm looking forward to the
next season. Yeah,
I gotta see that. I definitely gotta see that. That would be awesome.
So, quick question for you. So, what was your we already talked about kind of like what was your favorite figure and who you kind of looked
It's obviously Optimus.
Optimus is the guy. Optimus is my guy.
Optimus Prime.
Optimus is my guy. But I remember a couple of years ago, I ran across a post on one of the, I think it was maybe Cybertron Cafe. I'm not sure. One of the Facebook groups. And the question was, if you could make a dream team, and I'd like to ask this to you guys.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, let's get into that if anybody's interested.
If you can make a superhero dream team, who would it be? And I realized after I made my dream team, wow, nobody's got superpowers. My you know, I had War Machine, I had V, I had Rorschach from the Watchmen.
Now, how many people? Like 5, 4?
Five.
3?
Okay. 5 guys. I picked 5. I had War Machine. I had V for Vendetta. I had Rorschach, Batman, and who was my 5th guy?
Probably the Punisher.
My 5th guy. I think my 5th guy was the Incredible Hulk. I think it was the Incredible Hulk. And that was it. That was my 5-man team. And everybody's like, dude, they're weak. They're going to get crushed in a minute. And I was like, well, that's my team.
They're cool. Yeah.
You're like, but you got Hulk at the end.
I mean, drink with those guys, man. Yeah. Those are the guys I want to hang out with.
Well, actually, that was actually a question I was going to bring up. If there's kind of like what you said, Ralph, where you have, what is it? If you could pick 3 people you'd want to drink with, who would they be? Like from the superhero. Like one night just to do what the fuck ever, like drink whatever.
Oh, that's a great question. Who would I want to drink with?
Same thing for you, Coco.
I think the
Well,
first
for
guy
me,
that I'm
Oh,
sorry,
good,
go ahead. The first,
No,
I
go
think
ahead, man.
I think the first guy that pops into my head is Wolverine.
That's my choice. That's my choice.
I'd love to sit down and just talk with him because that guy's lived like 7,000 years and been through 8,000 stories. So I'm sure he's got a lot of drinking to do. Like he's got a
And I'm
lot of
pretty sure
stories
he
to
has
tell.
done a lot of drinking. So.
That was the first guy that immediately came to my mind. I think another guy I would like to share drinks with would be Professor X. I'm sure he's
He
got a
can
lot.
make you think you're drinking, and you're just like.
Once he's bored with the conversation, you don't got to worry about anything because he'll make you think that you're drunk.
Just speed everything along. You think you talked for hours and it was like 5 minutes. Like,
yeah, he'll call you an Uber.
yeah.
My last guy, who would I share a drink with? That's a very good question. I think Deadpool's got to be fun in a bar.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
I think Deadpool's got to be a lot of fun in a
Yeah,
bar.
that would be
Yeah.
hell yeah. Definitely would be.
Like, take for instance, like mine. I'd pick Wolverine, Thor, and Deadpool.
Thor's a good one.
I'd
That's a
pick those
good one.
three to go like on night on the town and have some drinks.
Yeah, you guys, yeah, Thor. You
What
guys are
about
gonna get
what about you, Coco?
smashed.
The person I would most like to drink with, but you guys probably haven't read any of the comics for this is Jenny Sparks from The Authority. She
Wait a minute. That sounds familiar. Didn't we talk about her before?
So Jenny Sparks was the leader of a group called The Authority back in the day, who was basically like, what if the Justice League were a proactive bunch of people that like got involved in like the fuckery that was taken across the world. The Justice League just meant, they're kind of neutral, like, but what if these guys were out there and they knew that all the people who were warlords and were getting, help, who were raping people, and killing, doing mass. What if they actually went there and actually started, stopping them?
Started shit.
Like, yeah. Started fucking with the people who were doing all sorts of fucked up shit across, the world, and like violently killing all of these people. Well, Jenny Sparks was their leader, and I'd want to get a drink with her because I think she's fascinating. She lived a very long time too. And most likely I'd get shagged the night because she's into older guys. So the older I get, the better. I mean, and she really is into older guys. She don't like younger guys. So the older I get, the more I'm like, Jenny would be my. And yeah, pretty much Deadpool too. I think Deadpool would be a fun person to. I'd have to worry about getting, attacked from something that he would actually, bring onto himself. And yeah, I can't really think of anybody else from DC, DC to drink with, other than maybe Ozymandias, just to see what.
Well, it doesn't have to be DC. It could be anybody.
Well, no. I mean, I picked one from Marvel. I had to pick one from from.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
So Ozymandias would be the one I would want to talk, to hear him talk about, like I want to see how his brain, operates, because when he thinks of that grand scale kind of mastermind, shit, that's what's up. I'd say Dr. Doom too, but I don't think that fool drinks, so because he's my guy. If there's ever a guy there is my guy. I only have like three. Dr. Doom is one of them. Taskmaster and Deadpool's, those are my real, three guys. But yeah, that's what I would drink, with.
All right.
I think you're right, guy. I think DC. I don't know anybody in the DC universe that I would really like.
Who would I drink with? Yeah, I picked all Marvel at the time. DC.
I mean, if Batman would drink, I'm sure he'd tell a lot of really awesome stuff. Man, you just don't know. Now, well, like if you actually knew he was Batman and he had conversations, you'd be like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There are times where I really lucked into some
Constantine.
Oh yeah, Constantine.
I would do Constantine for
That's
DC.
a good one. That's a good one.
I would not drink with that dude. I'll tell you why.
He's gonna get in
the
the
fight.
fight.
He would tell me stories that I probably couldn't sleep at night with. You know, like so. If you can listen to the crazy shit that that people who've dealt with real evil spirits and stuff are with, I don't think I'd be able to sleep at night. You know what I'm saying?
You'd be in your room in the middle of the night. What was that? What was that? What was that?
Exactly. I keep away from people who deal with evil spirits and magic and shit.
Yeah,
that's a little too
spooky.
Would be really fucked up if you end up drinking with like Doctor Strange and his counterpart. You know what I mean? Like those two together, that'd be fucked up. You got one trying to fuck you, and then the other one trying to like stop the other one.
You know who else I thought another guy that I kind of thought of, but it didn't. I kind of like Deadpool better, but I think Loki would probably be great drunk.
Which variant?
That's true. Good. The alligator one. No, yeah,
the alligator.
Well, I know Wolfenstein's kind of away right now. I mean, do you guys want to talk the episode from this week? Did everybody watch it?
I'm good with it. I'm good.
All right. Are you cool with it, Coco?
Let's get to it.
All right. So, Vendetta. Let's see here. I'll just go and pull on this real quick. So, what did you think of the episode this week? So, give us some highlights, and then leading through the episode, anything stood out to you? Any Easter eggs you saw, stuff like that? Why don't you do that, and we'll go to Coco and Wolf, and then me.
I liked it. I liked the fact that it brought another, it did a good job of keeping the story fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the previous episode, the minute he got hit with that rod and you saw him, he kind of sacrificed himself. I was like, what the heck now? But then, he shows up with these variants, and I kind of wish they'd have kept the alligator character around a little bit more, because I kind of liked him. He's like Rocket.
Dude, who's to say he isn't still around?
That's true, too. That's true. But, to have that, to keep the story fresh, and, to have him catch up with, I keep forgetting her name, the female Loki.
Sylvie.
So yeah, there you go, Sylvie. For them to come back together again the way they did, I think it was a little anticlimactic to see Morbius in a delivery car, just show up out of nowhere like that. Yeah.
Oh, red flag. We're just fucking around because last week Wells fucked up and called him Morbius and kept messing up all week. So. I think we had homework for him this week, and obviously you see he didn't show up. So. Wolf called him out this week, telling him he needed. So Wolf, I don't know if you missed it or not. So Vendetta accidentally called Mobius Morpheus.
Mobius.
Or Mobius.
Morbius.
Yeah. Now you got me fucked up on me.
So you're just the biggest fan of Ian, is that?
And you notice he's not here this week, so he didn't do his homework apparently.
Skipping school.
Honestly, I can't blame him, because who the fuck in real life is named Morbius?
Yeah,
we know people in real life. A lot of people named Mobius, but Morbius,
some jerk off out there is named Morbius. I guarantee it.
It'll probably be my kid.
Some of the nerdy parents.
Yep. Coco, what'd you think? Oh, well, Wolfenstein. You've seen the episode, right? Hang on, before we.
You were talking about
episode 5. Yeah.
I saw it. Yes, I did.
Okay. All right. So go ahead, Coco. Go ahead and get your 2 cents.
I really enjoyed all the, all the fighting among the Lokis too. I thought that was kind of
Yeah, it was
I
pretty
thought that was
cool.
pretty fucking funny. Yeah, and the crocodile Loki won me over. He's oh, the one
Right?
alligator.
There's
Oh, where he
something
bit
about
his
him.
hand off and shit. Like,
I know. He straight ate that dude. I love he goes, dude, he's sensitive, man. He's a Loki. You guys gotta treat him with a little more respect. But yeah, that was an enjoyable episode. And okay, disclaimer, folks. I know I said that I would boycott Marvel stuff, but since I'm already paying for the subscription on Disney Plus, I'm gonna watch.
so he's not doing everything. So didn't you say that if it comes on Disney Plus, you'll pretty much watch it?
Yeah, because I'm already paying
Black
for the
Widow.
subscription for that. Yeah. Exactly.
He's like Black Widow. I'm just boycotting that shit altogether.
Boycott that shit. Cool. But yeah, that crocodile, Loki's fun. So I gotta watch. I gotta see what happens. Yeah, I like it.
Wolf,
Go
what do
ahead,
you
Wolf.
think?
Take it here. Take it here.
It was fine. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Was there anything that kind of stood out for you, or?
I thought it was interesting. I didn't notice this until I read the Easter egg thing they usually read afterwards. But the Living Tribunal's head was involved in this episode. It was like just tossed off to the side somewhere.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. I didn't notice that. I didn't know what to look for. I guess
I didn't either. I didn't even see it.
Yeah, I always do an Easter egg search after every episode. And
Yeah, so do I. I do the same
that I
thing.
miss, and that was one of the things. So I thought that was interesting. Yeah, all the Loki interaction was fun. The alligator and the child and the guy in the outfit, that was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was cool.
I think there's romance between them is a little rushed, but it's only a 6-episode show, so I guess you're gonna have that, right?
Yeah.
So gross.
So yeah, I guess they charmed the dragon smoke thing, and now they're going to a castle. Is it Doom or is it Kang? Some people suggest this could be Doom's castle.
I don't
think it is.
Not a bad idea. I don't think it's that though.
No, I'm gonna guess Kang.
That would be an interesting twist, because everyone's, I guess, expecting Kang, but
it would be cool though.
That theory is out there, but I think it's Kang, so we'll see what happens there. I mean, by the time people watch it, it's going to be up. We're a little outdated by the time this episode airs. So
yeah, no shit. So. All you guys were fucking wrong.
Oh, you guys are wrong, stupid idiots.
It's Mephisto. It's Mephisto finally.
God, there's the
Taskmaster. There's also a growing suspicion that they're gonna tie in I think the Doctor Strange villain to this show. Or there's like all kinds of speculation.
Oh yeah.
Out there.
Well, for me, I think it might be the House of Ideas. You guys remember that from the comics?
No.
So the House of Ideas. You want to go ahead and kick this so you can kind of drop some knowledge on everybody? Remember the House of Ideas was the one above all?
Yeah, the one above all is basically Marvel's version of Real God. Like,
yeah.
The one. So yeah, the House of Ideas is it's some real meta shit. I can't really describe it.
It's basically where everything has thought about what it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, like everything.
Okay, see, I always heard Stan Lee refer to Marvel as the House of Ideas. I didn't know it was an actual thing.
That's how I know it.
Yeah, because I was talking about that, but I was kind of laughing because on this week on the Nerd Life Syndicate, I kept joking around in the chat, and Russ the Muss hit me up this weekend about it. And when I saw him, he's like, dude, that was some messed up shit you said. And I said, what was that? And he goes, the one thing that you said, because everybody keeps saying, like, every show has the, mutants and everything in it. And I was like, dude, what if Sylvie and Loki end up having a kid and it's the first incest mutant? And then everybody's like, what the fuck?
Wolverine has been born.
You're shot. You are shot. You are shot.
Dude, because if you think about it, they
Go ahead.
are the same character, and that's why it's gross. Imagine being so full of yourself that you're in love with yourself and want to sleep with yourself.
So here was something I was talking to Coco about the other day, an interesting theory, and I think I might have talked to Vendetta about this. So have you noticed like all the colors in the episode, like the main colors when things happen?
Infinity Stone.
So the first episode, so I'll kind of run through this and I'll share my screen real quick. Let me go ahead and do this. Share my screen real fast. There it goes. All right, so this is what I was talking to also Chuck about this. So in the episodes, they all had, when main things started happening in the episodes, they were different colors, right? So this is episode 1. You know, it looked like the color of the Soul Stone, like that yellowish, whatever color. And then here's episode, what was it, 2, which is the Reality Stone. You know, looking at the colors, the backgrounds when major stuff happened. Here's episode 3. Power Stone. Episode 4, Mind Stone. Episode 5, Space Stone.
What's left?
And then
What's
you
left?
got, I'm sorry, you got the, this was the Time Stone, and then the Space Stone is the 6th one. The 6th is going to end up being blue, I'm going to call it now. Something crazy is going to happen. It's going to be blue, which is the Space Stone.
It's
pretty awesome.
So I was kind of, because I've been following all this stuff because I've been kind of curious about what Marvel's doing, and it's kind of cool just to theorize. But I mean, even if I'm wrong, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. It's just kind of fun doing it. And
you're not gonna
just all these
rage.
yeah, no. I'm not like some people. But so anyway, so one of the Easter eggs that was kind of cool to me is instead of Avengers Tower, remember you saw the Avengers Tower when it kind of panned by in episode 5? It said Kang, like Qung or QENG.
I didn't notice. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, they show a picture of it, and you can zoom in, you can see it too. And then like one of the other ones, you could see an enlarged Yellow Jacket's head. You saw, like, just sitting there chilling in one of the first shots, like just over on the left hand side. So that was it. I got like the Easter eggs and shit pulled up. Here, I'll share it here.
I thought the Thanos copter was interesting.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
In fact, the Thanos copter's right here. As
Yeah, guy used
that
to
was
be a
kind of
god
fun.
hanging out in a helicopter.
Yeah. But yeah, so if you look here, I'll zoom up. So if you look closely, they kind of show it. It says QENG, which is Kang, and that was his like alias when he bought Avengers Tower from Tony Stark in one of the comic books. The Thanos copter we talked about. So this was pretty interesting. Remember the Thor was it 365?
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. You see him trying to grab Mjolnir and shit like that, like right above him. That was pretty cool. And that it obviously goes back to issue 365 where he turned Thor into a frog. But if you notice, like people were putting 2 to 2 together, that same episode, they actually took the Avengers soundtrack when he was in the jar when Loki dropped him. And you hear him like bouncing around. They use the same audio for this part when you can hear him like bouncing around.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, dude, there's so many fucking Easter eggs. They had like the Roxy wine, like a bunch of shit. Like, this is like early on, but yeah, dude, like there's so many Easter eggs in this shit. Like, I'm just,
that went a little.
It's hard to keep up. This is just in episode 5 alone. There's 30 Easter eggs. Let's see here. Let me continue. Let me me scroll down. We already talked about those.
You gotta be a super fan to catch all this shit.
Yeah, dude, you really gotta
Dude,
be.
you
Like,
really gotta know your shit.
Like some of this stuff, and I even hit up Yule, and we talked some conversations. I'm like, can you refresh my memory on some of this stuff? And we'll have like some cool stuff about it. Now, Ed, did you notice the machine back behind here? So it's supposedly in the 80s that this arcade game mysteriously disappeared after people were reported side effects of nightmares and hallucinations, and they said it had something to do with the government. That was kind of interesting. And then, did anybody catch the kid drinking High C Ecto Cooler?
Yeah.
I heard about it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
I caught that.
yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, there it is, right there. He's sitting there just chilling, drinking.
The most expensive beverage.
You know what's funny? I still have a case of it. I still have a case of the cans of it. I've got
Cans. I wonder how that's any good still.
Oh, this was kind of cool. So here, in this, it says Mobius and Sylvia escaped, where it says the Wrightsville Theater. And Wrightsville is actually in Pennsylvania. What I thought was kind of neat about it was I actually lived in Wrightsville for 3-4 years. And it's right across, it's back in like the 1800s or something, had the world's longest, the U.S., like the longest like covered bridge in the U.S. or something like that. So it's pretty neat. And of course, you had President Loki. They got his hand taken.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, look at that, dude! People are laughing because it was like a callback to like Empire Strikes Back and all that. That's pretty. Look, even look at the faces. They just look, No. What the fuck? That's a callback to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, but that could be like everything, though. You can get that anywhere. Oh, this was kind of cool. The USS Eldridge. Do you guys know about that? From like the Philadelphia experiment back in like '83, where they're getting it invisible and all that other shit. They actually pulled that in there. They kind of pulled it into the universe, which was kind of cool.
They were trying to create a cloaking device, right? But then
Yeah,
it went.
they're trying to create a cloaking device or cloaking technology, and it ended up disappearing. No one could ever find it after that, which was kind of interesting. They don't know if it's sunk. They don't know what happened to it. Shit like that. So, but yeah, I mean, there's so many fucking Easter eggs. And in fact, Wolf, actually, I just realized I didn't want to share. This is the one where he was talking about where it had the Living Tribunal's head right there. You can kind of see there just chilling. Protect and keep balance of the multiverse. Wow. And it's just chilling there like nothing.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, big time. I'm kind of curious if a lot of other people, a lot of other theories are saying that it could be like another Loki too. That's back behind in the castle. Like another version.
Could be
of Loki.
something.
Who knows?
Yeah, I was looking up House of Ideas. I saw the house that you're talking about. I guess that's a very good. Could be.
You never know. I
That could
mean,
be
it's
a
kind of
twist.
interesting. But dude, this was one of the coolest things I thought was in this episode when the original, I guess he called it the future version of what Loki looks like. Where and I thought it was kind of interesting. He said in this episode, was it this episode or the last one, where he said that he was talking about projections and about how he made a projection so real that Thanos thought he killed him and went into exile. Was it this one?
Oh, yeah, it was this one.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of interesting. And I was like, I wonder if that's kind of nod to like all the people looking for Easter eggs. And I wonder if they trying to kind of tie that in. Because remember, what was it, Endgame, I think what it was, when he killed him?
Mm-hmm.
And then it looked like there was somebody standing in the shadows, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's not him. He's not dead." It's kind of interesting. But dude, this where he created Asgard and everything was pretty cool. What do you guys think of that?
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I like what you
I like that. I like that finally too. In the last few episodes, I didn't. I actually mentioned this to you, Jay. They didn't give him his props. Like Loki is a pretty powerful character in the mythos, and they haven't really given him his props. They really haven't explored like his abilities, his powers. And in this episode, they touched on it. They touched on how truly powerful he can be, and I thought that was pretty cool. Like finally, the character got some justice.
Nice.
Yeah, on the ability level, yeah, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was crazy because when him and Sylvie ended up, basically end up, was it Eliath or whatever his name was,
Mm-hmm.
where they chanted him and everything. He didn't think he could do it, and he could end up doing it. So I don't know. I'm pretty excited about this. How would you guys rate the episode out of 10?
On a 1 to 10, I'd probably give it a good 7. I go with a 7.
Yeah, 7.5 for me.
Yep, I would definitely say about a 7.58 because for me the redeeming quality is definitely Alex.
I was gonna say a solid 7.5. It looks like we're 7 across the board, basically. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It'll probably be upgraded depending on what happens in the next episode. Because
and that's
like
what you'll probably be seeing that episode before everybody sees this, and then we could have everybody call us idiots and everything, telling us we're wrong.
I know, right? Headcanon.
All right, well, folks, we are at it again. I guess we'll go around the yard. Start with our good friend and guest, Vendetta. Ralph, tell us, where you're at. Give some shout outs if you want to. What do you
got? Where am I at? You could find me in the chats on ETR, on Breaking the Mold. Occasionally, you'll catch me on Friday nights with Nerd Life Syndicate. You can also find me at Ralphie the Vendetta on Facebook. You can find me on Ralph the Vendetta on Instagram. And you can also find me on Instagram under V's Toy Box, VS_Toy Box. And I post some, toy photos every so often there. And I think that's about it.
All right, Yul, what you got?
Well, you can find me at YouTube at CocoSmooth619 and sometimes at the gram at CocoSmooth. Mostly in YouTube, though. That's where I do my comic books and show off my pops and stuff. So that's where you find me, other than here. What about you, Jay?
Yeah, well, you can pretty much find me here with you gentlemen every Thursday. Shout out to our guests for coming on.
Hell yeah.
Love that dude. Vendetta, you're a good dude. I've known you a long time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
You can find me every Thursday with you guys. Like I said, you can find me Xbox is Clutch 2345. Now that the cancer is pretty much all gone,
Woo!
It's out. I'm just doing like all the testing and make sure everything's still good. Now I can go to conventions now, so I can start seeing people. Thank God, because it's getting stir crazy being in the house all the time. Whenever the Total Package podcast comes back, you can kind of see them Thursday evenings. And you can see me run the groups in Roma Collectors, pretty much everywhere. So you probably even find me at a Walmart trying to find like the Master Universe Revelations figures. So I hit like 12 of them in the last week and haven't found jack. So
Jesus.
That is it for me. What about you, Wolfenstein?
Well, you can find me in Oklahoma and Ohio this week. hopefully finding a nice little vintage shop to go hunting in.
Nice.
We'll see what happens. You can also find me here most Thursdays with these gentlemen. You can also find me, Eric von Wolfenstein, at all your lovely social media hubs, the Facebook, the Instagram, whatever you got. And that's it. And with that, my friends, I think the nerds have spoken. Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Thanks for our special guest. See you guys next week.